Well, good morning from Piraeus. This 28 years ago used to be my home port. We used to come here on my first ship, 3 and 4 day cruises twice a week. On my second ship, once a week. But this is where we'd all meet up. And my friend that got me the job on the ships worked on a different ship to me, and then we used to meet up here every week. And then I joined her on that ship. And lots of people are getting off today, but also lots of people are getting on. You can see them working really hard, getting all the luggage on. I'm going to turn you around and show you so you can see that. So there's all the cases, there's all the forklifts, and there's all the taxis waiting for us to go outside. We are now on our way to breakfast because our tour is booked for 7:15. So we've been up since 5:30 this morning. So we're going to head to breakfast now. It's probably going to be very busy, and well, I might even show you what we're having. Still loving the Filipino breakfast that's on board. Welcome to Piraeus. There she blows with the luggage. Oh my god, Jeff, we're back in Piraeus. This has changed even. I mean, what's that? I'm going to get a lovely photo of the ship today, I think.
This is the biggest of the 3 ports in town. As you can see, here we have hydrofoils, ferry boats, all those.
On the bus, and the tour today is to the Acropolis, Plaka, and the Temple of Poseidon. We are stopping for lunch halfway through, and this is a trip I am so excited about. It is a long tour, I think 7 hours in total, and there are a few steps because the first stop is going to be the Acropolis, and we have 80 steps, quite large steps, to climb until we get there. The Acropolis overlooks the whole city of Athens. It was constructed primarily in the 5th century BCE. It's best known for its architectural masterpieces, in particular the Parthenon, which is the temple dedicated to Athena, the city's patron goddess. Also the temple of Athena Nike and the grand entrance gate.
Asan aşağı? Ayun dun.
The views are amazing.
Temple of Nike.
Oh yeah. We entered through the propylaea, which is the grand columned gateway at the top of the path. Now the structure of this is monumental. It provides a dramatic transition from our world into the heart of the Acropolis. It takes you back in time. It is amazing. Oh, this was absolutely worth getting up at stupid o'clock for. It is amazing. And when you think about all the history that's here, oh, the whistle went, somebody's getting told off. Lucky it's not me. You can even still see some of the paths that are there. Obviously all the concrete over that side is new, but this is all the original here. Amazing. So they're restoring it, and they have been restoring it for over 100 years. This is the Erechtheion, and this temple was dedicated to both Athena and Poseidon, and it's built on uneven ground to accommodate sacred features, including, get this, the marks from Poseidon's trident and Athena's olive tree. The most famous feature of this is the porch of caryatids, which is 6 elegantly draped female figures that served as architectural columns. So the restoration of the Parthenon is happening because gunpowder was stored inside it and it exploded in the 17th century, I'm sure she said. So they've been restoring it for over 100 years. So there's a story about Poseidon and Athena fighting, and the Greek gods decided that whoever could give the best gift would be able to live here. And Poseidon gave salt water from a spring, and Athena planted an olive tree, and because he was more happy with her gift, she got to live here. And there's a load of olive trees at the bottom, which I will show you on the way past. After these gorgeous views that Jeff is taking photos of himself in. Obviously, with it being a mountaintop, you have got views 360 degrees around. This is where all the restoration is happening. Look at all this work that's going on, and it's been going on for a long time. There we are, Parthenon Restoration Office. But for now, we are heading back down because we have to meet at the bus in about 20 minutes, but there's got all the information here. That's amazing. Tells you all about it. Each stage, the restoration of the Propylaea, which is the gates, and the Temple of Athena Nike, and then the Acropolis walls. If you are coming here, be careful because the floor is very slippery. It is marble, of course. And you can see that later, or as time goes on, the busier it gets, and it is absolutely crazy. For now, I think we're on about 9:15 AM. So we got here nice and early and we're heading back down, but there's a lot of tour groups now heading up. But I think it was nice coming earlier because obviously we had the cooler weather slightly, didn't we? And now we're walking back down towards the bus, so an earlier tour would be my recommendation if you come in here. And there you go, that is the Temple of Athena Nike. And these are the views that she would have had. Well, obviously there wouldn't have been as many houses then, I guess. I am, kind of. Here are all the gorgeous olive trees.
Nie, ale ten przedrostek Kala?
Kali? Dobry. Kalimera?
Kali, o Kala.
Kalimera.
Kali, no. Kali to do...
Of the same time, both of around 130 AD. Then, as we continue our drive, we'll be getting to the center of Athens, which is considered to be at Syntagma Square, where we have the parliament, sit on the right. And here you'll see now people gathered because here we have the change of the guards now, which is of the National Guards, you see. The relief in the wall of the fallen soldier is what they guard. Every hour on the hour is the change. The Academy of Sciences and Arts, to the left the statue of Goddess Athena, to the right the god of sun and music Apollo. The two seated statues are of the philosophers Socrates, Plato. It is of marble, beautifully decorated like once the Parthenon was. The next building with the frescoes, that's the university as such. Those are not in use anymore by the students. Today we have a university town in a suburb, so those are the buildings which were made at the end of the 19th, the beginning of the 20th century.
So we are now in, is it called Plaka?
Yes.
Plaka.
Plaka. This is the start of Plaka. It's down there back.
So this is the heart of it now, isn't it? So we are now in the heart of Plaka, and you can see just behind me views of the Acropolis, which is where we have just come from. Woo! I wonder if I got that on camera. So what the lady, the tour guide, was just saying is, it's a neighbourhood, it's got coffee shops, it's got souvenir shops, but people live here as well. And there's no state-owned homes, is there? All homes are owned by individuals.
65%.
No, they're all owned by, none of the state owns the homes, they only own the service buildings. So there we are. This is the souvenir shops, the coffee shops, and the people's houses that live in Plaka. So we've been given an hour to have a little wander around. We're just taking in the sights, having a little look at the area. I am looking for one more gift for my granddaughter because I haven't got her anything yet. So we're going to keep looking and see if I do. Hadrian's column, is it, Jeff? And then the two columns are just through there, past the lights. There's one, you can't see the other one because I'm hiding it. We're going to have a little wander down here, have some photos because there's photo opportunity, and then make our way back to the bus, which is on its way to collect us to take us to our next stop, which I've no idea yet where that is. Ended up being a productive visit. We ended up finding something for my granddaughter and also remembering that I hadn't bought my son anything. The bus has arrived, so we're waiting for everyone else to arrive. We're going to get on that, go to our next point, which, like I say, I have no idea where it is, but wherever it is, you're coming with me. And they're still buying. Are you buying more? And there's the Parthenon, where we've just been at the top of, and that is 447 to 438 BC, which obviously now it doesn't look like that anymore. And that would have been it in all its glory. Look at that.
Hadrian's Wall, have you seen that?
Yeah, I've recorded that.
Come and look at another
Hadrian's Wall. That's very impressive as well, isn't it?
Come on.
You can take the man out of Wales.
This is on our left. Here you can see now on our right the stadium.
What a little stop to the first ever Olympic Stadium. They only use it once a year now in November for the annual marathon. Oh wow, look at that. I left my hat on the bus, I probably shouldn't have.
Let's go quick walk.
Well, look at all the trees on the roof there, that's crazy. We are now leaving the Olympic Stadium, back to the bus, and then to our next stop. Going to have some lunch. I've been snoozing away on the bus, probably making everyone's ears.
Oh, it looks nice.
Well, snoring in everyone's ears, should I say. Oh, here we are, Greece, famous for the cats. They actually look very well looked after, I've got to say. They all look like they've got... Oh, nearly lost my hat. They look like they've got full bellies, full tummies. Nice restaurants here, fair play. A little bit sad this is the only footage I've got of the food because there was so much choice and it was delicious. Back to the bus, we've had some lunch. I didn't record it because it was absolutely chaotic in there. We had no room for the The food, there was so much food on the table, we had no room for any of it left. The bus is scaring us. There was no room for anything on the tables because there was so much food on there. So we are now back at the bus and going to our next destination. Next, we're visiting the Temple of Poseidon, and this is at Cape Sounion. It is an absolutely stunning Greek temple again, dedicated obviously to Poseidon, god of the sea. This is going to be about 70 kilometres away from Athens. The views are going to be spectacular because it is overlooking the sea, and this dates back to around 440 BCE during the golden age of Athens. So we've arrived at Poseidon's temple. We're just taking a walk over, and then when we come back we can go to the coffee shop / souvenir shop. Again, amazing views of the coastline, mountainous areas as well. Just so many lovely things to see. And we're going to see another one. The umbrella's up now because I didn't have a chance to put more sunscreen on, so we've got to protect ourselves. That is doing the same. Umbrella to protect us. Put an umbrella up and then I put it down because it blew inside out. Then I nearly lost my hat. We're nearly at the Temple of Poseidon, walking up some steps, which are nice, quite nice steps. They're not steep or anything, they're walkable. She's giving us a little bit of a lesson.
And where we are standing, here there was vertical fortification wall, one more.
The location of the temple was very strategic. It served as a marker for sailors returning home.
But through the entrance, they could have a look and see from a distance the statue, because people were not allowed to enter the temple, only the priests could do it.
Wow. Just fascinating. So much history has happened here. The views are spectacular. We've really been treated today, honestly. It's been so interesting. So we think this is the last stop of the day, which was Poseidon's temple, which you can see just behind me. We're going to make our way back down the steps, back down to the souvenir shop, and see if there's maybe a coffee or a cold drink until we have to go on the bus. Have you enjoyed it, Jeff?
Yeah.
Matty, have you enjoyed your day?
Yeah.
Been lovely?
Lovely.
So lovely.
Back.
Yeah. So I think that would have been one of the chambers of the castle, or the rooms, and they're restoring it now. Or the wall, is it? Oh yes, the outside wall. And then that there, they're restoring. It's all so interesting. And the tour guide was saying that years ago, when Lord Byron came, he wrote his name in one of the columns, and then lots of people started to do it because of that. And then as soon as the archaeologists took over, they put a stop to it, so nobody was allowed to do that again. Oh, there we are. There's the walls that I was just looking at. We did end up stopping for a drink, and we had the view of Poseidon's temple on one side and the sea on the other.
But I got the whole family.
Making our way back to the bus now. Ate has bought the whole family of statues. She spent all of her money in the souvenir shop just because she's taken them up. Well, no statues, but it's statues of the gods. You look at them correcting me. They are statues. They're little ornaments. Statues of the gods. She's got Athena. She's got her mum. Who did you just buy? Poseidon. Was it? And she just bought Poseidon as well, because obviously we visited his house, his humble abode, his temple. We are now making our way back to the bus and heading, I think this was our last stop, back to the ship after, watch the cars, after another lovely day. I'm trying not to get run over by a car. Just going very slowly past me. And looking forward to getting on the air-conditioned bus. See you back on the ship. Not quite back on the ship yet, but be prepared when you do come back for long queues. Back from a lovely day. Changed, got ready, even did the washing. We have left Piraeus in the distance. You can hear the waves crashing against the hull. We're going to meet Jeff's sister to have some, I'm eating my hay, to have some food. We've decided we're not going to the dining room tonight. We're going to the eatery, which is the buffet. But it's a lovely buffet because they prepare it all for you. Not prepare it all, you don't get it yourself basically. So that's where we're going for food, and I'll see you later. Oh, that's mockingbirds singing. And everyone dancing as well. How cute is that? The Mexican was calling my name and some cheese focaccia. In the theatre for a show. This is Johan Andersen and it's about to start. The end of another amazing day. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up because it really does help small channels like mine. Consider subscribing if you haven't already, and I will see you in the next one. Thank you so much for watching.